Did you know you can program games directly onto your TI-84 calculator? Not only that, you can download other games online and have Pac-Man, Tetris, or even Mario all running surprisingly well on this thing. The secret lies in this button right here. And in this video, I'm gonna explain how. So right in the center of the calculator here is the program button, often confused for the pilgrim button. Its intended use is to help you make math formula programs, so you just punch in the numbers and it calculates the answer for you. So like there, we have volume of a sphere. We can exit out and run the program, enter in a radius, boom, it calculates it completely automatically. This is actually really useful for higher level math courses where typically on tests the formulas are provided for you and all it comes down to is plugging in the numbers. So it can get kind of monotonous if you do it all by hand, but with this, it's super quick. But you didn't click for all that math stuff. Let's get to the games. I was looking up how to do something on TI Basic Developer when I stumbled across this page titled Text Adventure. It basically outlines how you can use all the functionality of the programming language within the calculator to create a fully fledged text-based RPG. I knew I wanted to give this a try, so I followed along with the tutorial starter here, which outlines the first 3 text-based options and their counterparts. I obviously did the rest on my own, but hey, shout out TI Basic Developer for the beginnings of this game. Unfortunately, when you use your calculator for standardized testing, they generally make you clear everything on your calculator, including the program that was on it. Fortunately though, I thought of this ahead of time and backed it up on our old family computer. I have absolutely no idea how to screen record on a Windows computer, and I don't want to download any third-party software because I don't want to mess with all that again. So screenshots will just have to suffice. Here we have a bunch of old math programs and games I had on my calculator, along with the driving force of it all, the TI Connect CE software. And here we are. You can upload and download programs to and from your calculator using the USB cord that should come with the charging set. More on this other cord later. And once it's recognized, it should pop up on this window. You can push this camera button to take a screen capture of the calculator, take a look at everything currently stored in the memory in the Calculator Explorer section, and finally what we're after, the program editor. So I think you can actually make the programs like on this interface. I always used the actual calculator and using the calculator buttons, which was a pain, but since they're already made, we're just going to open a program and upload it back to the calculator. And here it is. It says Warrior Game, press enter. How many lines of code is it? Oh boy. 1,610 lines of code. That wouldn't be all too impressive if I did it on a normal computer keyboard, but since I had to do it on the calculator and had to manually type everything out, it was quite the ordeal. We're gonna want to send the program to the connected calculator so we can check it out in action. And if everything went according to plan, my game should be downloaded on this calculator right now. So we are going to press the Pilgrim button, and there it is, RPG. Press enter to select and run. Haha. So this was part of the TI Basic Developer tutorial. It was called Warrior Game, so I just left it as the same name. We're gonna press enter to begin. You are Ajax, a mighty warrior. On your travels, you come to a crossroad. You only have one match. Again, all this was from the tutorial. So once we're at the crossroads, we can go left, we can go forward, or we can go right. And we're gonna go forward here. You come to a wooden bridge. There's a cave on the other side. So then we have some options here. We can go back to the crossroads, we can burn the bridge with our one match, or we can cross the bridge. I'm gonna cross the bridge. A bear emerges from the cave. It mauls and eats you. You die. So we reach the game over screen and we can either start over or quit out of the program. Of course we're gonna start over. We come back to the crossroads. So now I don't wanna go forward again, there's the bear there. So we're gonna go left. You come to an old oak tree. You either go back, climb the tree, or burn the tree with your match. We're gonna burn the tree. You burn the tree down. You've made a family of raccoons homeless. Well, that's quite the bummer. We can either care for the raccoons, chase them away, or kill them. Well, let's kill them. You attempt to kill the homeless raccoons. One of them bites you and you get rabies. You die. So we're gonna go back to the crossroads and we're going to go right for our final option. You come to a cottage with a dim light glowing through the windows. We can either go back, knock, break in, or burn the cottage. Of course we're gonna burn it. You set the cottage on fire. Apparently the cottage was filled with highly volatile chemicals and the explosion could be seen for miles. You die. I remember I packed so much into this game. Tons of different endings, mini games, riddles, a full hint system so you don't have to like ask me what the answer is. You can find the answers all within the game. It's pretty cool. I think I've had enough dying in this game for now though. So let's move on to die in the other games you can play on your calculator. I'm also gonna try to upload this game and I don't want to spoil too much of it if you want to play it too. But if you want to see the full playthrough and don't care about any spoilers, there will be a card at the end of this video. It looks like I already have the files to run the 3 games we'll be checking out today, that being Pac-Man, Tetris, and Mario, already backed up with the rest of my programs. But obviously, for the purposes of this video, we're going to show how and where to find them online. I think I use this site, Calcplex, to download all my games. It's actually really straightforward. All you do is press the blue download button. Some things will pop up. It'll either be in an 8xg like this, an 8xp, or a zip file, which you'll obviously have to extract. But for this, we're just going to show in folder, and here it is. Once you have it in your downloads, I like to drag it to its own dedicated folder. I call it calculator stuff. And once it's there, we can open up TI Connect CE again, click this button, and choose the file we want to upload onto our calculator. And in the words of a great ultimate frisbee player, we're just going to send it, and it should be on our calculator now. Now, with the program on your calculator, you press the Pilgrim button. It should be there. This one's called Tetrica, so we just run, and there we go. Tetric A. So we're going to start the game, and then you can just play Tetris. Look at that. Uh-oh. I'm not very good at Tetris, especially with these controls. A lot of these games are going to end up being very janky with kind of weird control schemes, but considering that they're running on a calculator that's normally just used to like add, subtract, this one used for graphics, it's really impressive, unlike my Tetris skills. Alright, enough of this. Let's move on to Pac-Man. Here we have the download screen for Pac-Man. Again, you just click the blue button, and we have the .xg file. I'm not going to show the installation process for this one because it's the exact same as Tetris. For the Mario one, though, it's a bigger game, and there's a few more steps. But for now, let's just play it. Once again, here we are with our growing collection of pilgrims. I'm starting to worry about space. I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to Mario. It might fill up, so we might have to delete one of these, which is fine. You can always re-download. For now, we're just going to play Pac-Man and run. Here we go. Look at that. This one looks a lot more faithful to the original. I haven't played these in years. Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and of course Clyde. And there we go. It's just normal Pac-Man with the normal colors and everything. I've been playing a bit of Pac-Man 99 on the Switch recently, and so this is very familiar. One thing I should probably mention is that I'm going to be playing music over these sections of the video just to make it a little bit more interesting and it's not dead silent in the background. But just keep in mind that obviously the calculator does not have speakers, so the music's not coming from the game itself. Just keep that in mind and don't get disappointed when yours doesn't play music, because mine doesn't either. As soon as I die, I'm going to move on to the next game. So finally, here we have Mario. This is the big one I've been waiting for. Quite literally, actually. I know it used to take up a ton of storage space, and I think I had to delete French off my calculator, the French language, because it was just taking up too much space. So hopefully we won't need to do that today, but just keep that in mind that that might be a possibility. We're gonna click the blue download button, and if it downloads just one thing, we should be okay. Yeah, see, no, it downloads a zip file. So there's gonna be multiple files associated with this game because it's so large. And so what we have to do is when we open it, you have to drag all 5 files into your folder of choice, and then obviously select all 5 of them to upload to your calculator. No idea if I have enough space or not, but here goes nothing. And just like that, we have it installed. It's called Orium. Give your best guess as to what that's supposed to mean down in the comments, but we're just gonna fire it up, and here we go. Look at that, Orium by Matteo. I know you can download like different types of level packs for this. Oh, I've died. You can download different level packs, so the default pack is automatically installed. I remember I downloaded like an airship pack. This is in the Super Mario Bros. 3 style. I don't know how to jump. You can press the second button. Okay. Alright, here we go. 12 lives. Let's see if we can beat a level. Alright, I'd really like to know how to run. Controls. Alpha is run. Got it. There we go. I've died. No. No! You see that jump? Look, I jumped at the goop on the side. Anyways, let's just zoom through the rest of the level. What? No! We're not gonna go for that. No! What is that? Okay. Alright, that's fair. Alright. This is the furthest we've made it. No, what? And after all of that, my camera was full on storage, so the footage of me actually beating the level got deleted. I had to go back, this is much later in time, play it again, and get to the end so you'd actually believe me that I didn't just beat it off camera or anything like that. There's a little pipe at the end of the level that you just go down, and it takes you to the next stage. But yeah, that took way longer and way many more deaths than I'm willing to admit, but this is a blast, especially since it's on a calculator. I remember I ended up beating this game after a math test that I had finished early. You're not allowed to do anything like on your computer or phone or anything. So like either bring a book or fiddle around on your calculator. I want to make this very clear that I do not endorse playing your calculator games while in class. Please do not do that. Unless, like I said, it's after a test and you have nothing else going on and you're allowed to be on your calculator. But otherwise, I definitely would not recommend it. Quick couple of notes before we wrap things up. If you ever do need to delete things like programs or the French language to save some space, you want to press second and then plus to get into the memory stuff, and then just memory management. Don't delete anything important, only delete things that you've either added yourself or know you'll never use, like a language. And although we didn't run into this issue with any of the programs today, they must have streamlined the process for those games at least. You may run into a problem where you can't actually play that program that shows up in your exec screen. You're gonna have to make a new program and call it like play or something. And then second catalog and go down into ASM and then select the program that you want to play and then run this program rather than Oreo. I'm not sure why this is. The programs we did today have that built in, which is really nice, but they might not. So just keep that in mind. Finally, remember this thing? This should also be in the charging kit that you had the USB port with, but this isn't a USB. This is a calculator to calculator cord. So if you ever want to be the coolest kid in your math class, you can actually distribute these games using just this cord. No computers required. All you need to do is go to link on both calculators, set the calculator that you want to give to receive, and I'll just be waiting, and set the calculator that has the programs to send, go down to number 3, programs, or you can send whatever you like the French language, and choose the programs that you want to send. So we're just gonna do Pac-Man or whatever and transmit, and we get an error message. So what you might actually want to do, instead of just transferring Pac-Man, you would probably want to do both Pac-Man and this play program, so they wouldn't have to do the ASM stuff on their own. You just do that and tell them to do the play option, not the Pac-Man option, just to, make it easier for them so they don't have to mess with any of that. And if you did everything right, they should be able to play Pac-Man on their calculator. But with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to talk about in regards to calculator games, making them, playing them, and sharing them with others. Remember, if you want to play any of these games that I showed off today, including the game I made, there will be links to all of that in the description below. If you don't care about spoilers with my game, there should be a link to that on the screen right now. If you enjoy these types of videos about exploring creative new uses for everyday childhood objects, be sure to subscribe, and let me know in a comment below what we should cover next. Until next time though, thanks for watching.